Hi friends, I'm Raymond and our guest today is Abreka, who's here to share her views about the GS Shetty International School.
Hello everyone, I'm Abreka. My son is studying in class 1B, Nabanyu Sehlor. I'm extremely happy to be associated with this school.
And how did you come to know about our school?
So it was due to print media, and a lot of children from my society were going to this school, and I had great reviews about it, and so that's why I felt I should check how the school is really, and if my son can be admitted.
What did you feel when you first visited our school?
Well, the school was very good in terms of infrastructure. We were very warmly welcomed. There was very good reception. The staff was very good, well groomed and well trained, and that made me believe that my son would be in good hands, even home, away from home kind of environment. I could see a lot of, it was very properly managed, it was clean, hygienic, the food was very good, there was a clean, hygienic drinking water, so I think basic needs were there. So I think the school all in all, in first look, was made me really happy, and I really I'm happy that I took that decision, and that's why for years I'm associated now.
What about your child's first day at the school?
He was very happy, with the thought of going to a big school, a bigger one, with some of the friends from the building. And fortunately, I see the same enthusiasm and excitement for my child even today.
Many children, they cry not to come to school.
Mm-hmm.
Does your child cry to come to school? Does he want to come to school? Is he happy to come to school?
He is extremely excited and happy. As I'm saying, the same enthusiasm is even today. For last 3-4 years, he's getting 100% attendance award. So it itself means how happy he is coming to the school, and I am more than happy to send him to the school. So as I said, the experience is absolutely incredible. And as I said that our existence is not to be serious, right? We don't see a serious tree or a serious bird, right? Similarly, for me, I know my child is in the best hands because he comes smiling and happy when he comes back from the school. Every day morning, he gears up and he's extremely happy to go to the school. I think that itself testimonies, that itself proves that how happy he is and how nicely he's been groomed and treated at school.
Got it. Now, when you walked into the school, you saw the infrastructure. Can you just a little more in details tell us what do you think about the infrastructure?
Well, just to rewind a little bit here, I have been through various schools during my childhood, reason being my father was in army, right? So I have been to many schools, and I was really surprised, or maybe what I am doing now, because I am a technology woman, I was really surprised to see my child getting that exposure at this point. See, I had struggled all my life, to get what I am doing in technology today, and such early exposure of technology was given to him. So I was extremely happy to see the classrooms, technology aids which have been used to tell the chapters, and how fundamentally they are teaching, and activity based learning which doesn't stress them out, and they themselves, the creativity is maintained, that innovation is there, so they don't stress or they don't force a child to do something. They try to take out from the child as in what he wants to do basically. But and then so as I said, projectors, the colorful displays was an added attraction, and then quite AC classrooms. So as I'm saying, that's why now I know that why my child enjoys more in school than home.
What about the environment?
As I'm saying, very healthy environment, and internal assessments and all these Olympiads and other exams. So it's very healthy competition which they tell. So environment in terms of the knowledge which is given to them, plus the way the teachers teach, I think it's a very homely environment. And as I'm saying, back at home, he's remembering his teachers, and I remember the time when I used to run behind him to cut the nails, or to dress properly or put oil. Now he tells me, but because my class teacher has said please do that. So I see that change wherein he's telling me, he's reminding me, or he's proactively telling me to do certain things which I may miss out because of work. So I think the teachers, the school, the environment has so much influence on him that he's definitely growing. That's what I can say.
Anything about the syllabus?
Yes, the syllabus is very good. I mean, I'm a computer engineer, but I have to accept that for he's just in class 1. But sometimes for making his projects or making him finish his homework, I have to check Google or I have to read his chapter before telling him. So I think the technology, the curriculum has evolved of all these years, and they are teaching it in a very nice way. So those small projects, those small internal assessments, all those things really add to it. And the worksheets are also designed beautifully. It will be just 1 to 10 counting, but then they'll give it 10 different questions based on that 1 to 10. So it twists and turns, all permutations and combinations possible, and the child is in a very playway method, he's able to get that answer, and at the end of it I feel so satisfied, and so is the child, that I'm able to do. So very beautifully designed worksheets and curriculums, I'm saying, is excellent, and as I say, I'm very proud of him getting this technology exposure at such a young age, which I have struggled all
How
the
does
time.
he prepare himself at home into that mode when he has to just appear for his exams, or maybe he's got a worksheet? So how does he get himself into preparation for the exams at home?
So as I said, he's extremely happy to share his experience once he's back home. Since that time I'll go to pick him from the bus stop, he'll start from there. Today this happened, mom, this is the good thing which happened. Today teacher gave me very good, she encouraged me. So he has lots of stories to tell me, and as soon as I'll reach home and ask him about the lunch, or maybe while he's changing, then he'll suddenly say, mom, just leave the work aside, I have my worksheet to finish. So he himself is very happy. He'll bring his worksheet, he'll get his pencil box, and he'll say that, mummy, let's finish the worksheet first, and then I'll do the other things. So I think he's self-motivated. So I never had to tell him to do something. He only tells me that I have this worksheet to finish. Please help me doing the same. So he's self-motivated. That's what I think.
Your take on the teaching methodology?
It's very good. It's extremely good, as I'm saying, because when he's doing a worksheet, as I say, I have to help him in minimal cases. As in, he'll definitely have some doubts back at home, but then majority of the things he is able to do. So essentially, the curriculum, the teaching processes, methodologies are enabling him to be self-sufficient, to be able to do that. So he's as independent, but and very minimal dependency on me to tell him or to read the question. He is able to do majority of the things on his own.
A few words on digital teaching.
Definitely, as I said, there are certain things which a teacher cannot demonstrate manually, and with the help of projectors, as I'm saying, the colorful displays, the CDs, I think with the practical knowledge given, a child relates better. For example, if he sees that solar system, it was very beautifully taught in his class, maybe in some CDs or some videos, and when back at home he has come and he's himself finding on Google and he's learning more about it. So I think that idea of reading more or knowing more beyond, as essentially it is education beyond excellence, right? So essentially he comes back and he's so much interested in that, because that thesis has been given to him, right? Now he has to get into detailed study. So maybe in the school it was limited time. So he comes back home, because his interest is there. He keeps on watching videos about those interesting facts, and he's coming and telling me. And honestly, I have to accept, he'll ask me such questions that sometimes I have to tell him that I'll answer you later, So, but I love that curiosity, that eagerness to know more and getting better.
And anything about the teacher's quality?
Well, I've been really fortunate, and I should say that, because there are a lot of sections in the school, in the class. In fact, pre-primary, one of the best teachers was there. I think all the teachers are good, but fortunately, whom I was directly interacting or my child was interacting, they were fantabulous, absolutely. They were very warm, very calm and composed, and they very nicely took him. And as I'm saying, he was very happy, and they made sure that the child is interested in studies, and and they of course highlighted any weaker points as well. They definitely, because there are monthly parents teacher meets, so they definitely highlighted the weaker points as well as the strong points. I also gave my feedback, so I think they are very positive and very nicely groomed staff, because they take the feedback very positively. So it is not that there would be some loopholes here and there, but then they are so nice to take that feedback and honestly implement. For example, there were few notices which were, very few notices which were just given end moment, okay. So, and it just so happened that after 2-3 days there was a PTM schedule. So I just raised that point to the teacher and requested that I am a working mother. If the notices are given, I may not be able to fulfill that, in a day's time or so. And they were so kind to take that feedback positively, that from that day, I remember even today, the notices, the circulars come well in time, and as we working parents or whatever, we get enough time to get all those stuffs if we, at all we have to buy or arrange from somewhere. So I think now all the notices, circulars, and the excellent app we have, so I think it's all real time update. And I mean, that's what I'm saying, so much technology and excellent usage of technology.
Good. Now you must have heard that we have a lot of event-based learning, which also is now coagulated with field trips, and we have a lot of picnics and stuff like that. Like activities, for instance. What do you think about activities and event-based learning?
There's a fantastic way of teaching. That's what I believe firmly, because see, I am telling you, right, if I am given a book, I may not read it, but then if I'm taken to a particular place that is in real, I'm observing, that will have a greater impact on me. I will be able to learn more after seeing that practically. So the same applies here, okay. So I remember my child going to a dairy or an aquarium or a dairy farm for the field trip. So definitely I can relate, and I can definitely tell you he must have learned much more than ever in any book chapter. So the practical learning definitely, because the certain things which he is observing may not be in the book, right? So the real experiences, and then they have fun time with the friends, and so that's why the education blended with fun and enjoyment. So I think that keeps the momentum going, and then that's how children look forward to coming to the school, because they know today is regular study, tomorrow there will be a fun event. So they keep happy. As I'm saying, that is what motivates them, and it's an excellent way of teaching.
And of course, sports and games.
Yes, I mean, I was, since my son was in pre-primary and now in class 1, so he is definitely part of skating and martial arts, and I really I feel so proud seeing him in that martial arts uniform. He looks so sweet in that. So, and that shows the kind of effort, the investment the school is putting in each child. Okay. Having said this, I have witnessed the sports day and been fortunate enough, and I felt so proud of each and every student. So my son was not, of course, doing all those activities, but I was really, really surprised to see, from horse riding, from the yoga asanas, and that really showed up how much effort the teacher, the staff, the sports teachers specifically must have been putting to groom children. It is just so difficult, and trust me, as I said, I have been to at least 6 to 8 schools during my childhood. I never witnessed such a sports day.
Good. You must have also seen that when you come down to a sports day or annual day, there's a lot of excitement amongst the children, amongst the teachers, the parents. There's a lot of hustle and bustle. What's the extent of the excitement with you and your child when we reach these important days like sports days and annual days?
Definitely we are excited, and as I say, how I'm excited and how I can express that I'm excited is that I take a leave on that day. I make sure I invest, I enjoy that day and cherish the moments spent with my child. So let it be the rehearsals or the final day. I am extremely excited, and sometimes I feel extremely proud to see my child performing and other students as well. And by looking at the senior students, I think that one day even my child will be groomed this way, and I'll be seeing him. So that enables me to see some dreams which will definitely be a reality one day if I'm associated with this school. So that is the excitement, and of course the child is super excited because all those trainings, whatever rehearsals are there, coming back home is really enjoying, and sometimes he's very happy, says that today there won't be any studies, we'll be just rehearsing. So as I say, so of course all of us are excited, we look forward for that day. And if our son is an achiever, definitely, and all his friends are, so I'm the one who will definitely, scream or maybe enjoy with every performance, and we really cherish. And even after the function is over, we do watch the CDs multiple times just to cherish those times again. Beautifully compiled and conceptualized, and it's a great experience.
You just said that you would like to see your child on stage performing, etc. Do you know that we put every child on stage for every performance of our annual day? Have you heard about this, or
Yes,
have you
yes.
seen this?
Yes, I have heard, I have seen, and I have observed, because as I said, I'm associated with the school for quite some time now, and no matter if the child is not dancing or something, he will be part of some or the other activity in the annual function. So that is the best part of this school, that all children are given opportunity, equal opportunities, if not all same opportunities, but then somewhere or the other. So that is how they balance, and they expose to opportunities to all the children. So this is fantastic, and definitely I've seen it over the years.
And to tell you more about our school or what's happening in our school, we have the media of apps where we have school apps, we have the calendars, and we have notices and circulars sent to you.
Sure.
Are you comfortable with whatever you receive? Do you get enough of information, and do you find yourself really giving us a good take about the notices and stuff like this?
Yes, as I'm saying, it is extremely important, because as I'm saying, I'm a working mother. So if I've been informed well in time, I can plan my day accordingly. If I have to take a half day leave, or maybe if I have to take a leave, or if I have to arrange certain thing on rent or get something, I can plan my days accordingly. So all the notices, everything comes well in time. There are no surprises for us. There is nothing which we think that how come this has happened. So everything is very well planned, and that's what I appreciate about this school. That I never feel that I'm missing out being a working mom. I may not my child is not able to participate, or I may not be able to prepare him well in time. I know when would be the competitions, well in time I know when would be certain events, ABC, well in time I know what all, if he's going for a field trip or picnic, what all he requires. I keep on arranging things. So as I'm saying, everything is very proactively, very well planned in advance and executed incredibly.
What about the calendar usage?
Yeah, the best part, as I'm saying, in all my schools, we always had that diary, okay, wherein we used to write the homework. But in this school, the best thing which I noticed, there's a parents-teachers section. Now, this is such a nice section, or maybe the portion of the calendar, essentially, because I need not go to the school to meet that teacher. Whatever I want, I can write there. The teacher will definitely address it and give it to me. So such a transparent way of dealing, and without even going, because in Bombay, or maybe we don't have time to sometimes come, and maybe the block time of the teacher. But here, with this, certain things can be solved, and then all the notices. And the one best thing is, the child is made to write that notice. So all the more, the child knows what he has to do. So it's not only the parent who knows what is to be done or what's going to happen, the child himself knows. As I'm saying, my child tells me, this is going to happen, just see this notice, this is going to happen, you better prepare me for this, and so forth. So it's very nice.
Now when we come down to your child's hunger, there are times when children feel hungry, sometimes when the parents don't send them food because they are busy. So at such times, we have a cafeteria, which I would like to know from you. What do you feel about the cafeteria and the food that is given to you, the quality of food? Is your child happy with that?
Yes, that's a boon to the working parents, or sometimes, the mothers who are not able to, maybe they're not well or something, they're not able to give complete food, or the food which a child likes, and so that's absolutely a boon. The food is very tasty, and I happen to taste it sometimes because it was there in some of the annual function as well, the sports day basically. So, and then the gesture was very sweet, wherein the first day all were given some sandwiches or something like that. Also, a paper came in wherein the cost was written. So the cost is also very nominal and affordable kind of. And the food reviews are also excellent. So children enjoy, I think, and it's very good. So even I've seen some of the mothers, some of my friends who can send food, but still they make it a point, once a week let the child have the cafeteria food. This is the extent of mothers also feel relieved that morning they can sleep a little late. They don't need to make a tiffin, or maybe, and the child also enjoys. Today I'll not get the regular food which mother makes, and today I'll get something new to eat, or something hot and fresh to eat. So I think that's an excellent initiative from the school.
And our school buses, they're all air conditioned, and we have 2 female attendants in the bus. So how does your child, if he feels, enjoys the comforts of the luxury of our school buses?
Yes, yes, he very much enjoys, and as I said, being it's because it is air conditioned, so even during the summers, hot summer, they don't feel, because that they are going comfortably. Also, the Mossis and the driver, they are all well trained, and they manage well in the bus. So good environment, and then we have the GPS tracking as well, so I know where my child is, where the bus is. So they keep us informed, even though we get the notice, but then even the bus attendants make sure to tell the parents who are coming to pick that, tomorrow maybe is a holiday, or this would be the time for the exam or something like that. So even they are well informed of the bus timing. So I mean, I think that is what it shows, and they are also well aware of what is happening all around. So
and you must have also seen, we have a lot of CCTV cameras all over. You've seen the securities around the school campus and the gates, and we also have the bus security. So with this in mind, at home or at work, don't you feel yourself comfortable that your child is well secured in the school, and with the GPS facilities, you get to know about the school, bus, and the leaving of the child? How does it matter to you when you feel that, when it comes to the security of your child, how does the school reflect in your mind?
So as I'm saying, I've been extremely fortunate and happy to have my son in this school for over the years. As I'm saying, not a single day did I ever worry, even if the bus is coming a little late because of the traffic or maybe rains. I know that wherever he is, he's safe and fine. That's one thing. And as I'm saying, I mean, this even thought never passes my mind that what he must be doing, or would he be treated well, or in the bus something would have happened. I know it is well trained staff. I give that right and authority to the school, to the teachers. I've been knowing them, so I have that comfort now with me. In fact, it just developed, and it is only becoming stronger day by day. So I have this comfort level and a trust factor that no, the school is excellent, and so are the bus facilities, and my child is happy and safe.
Going beyond the headmistress with your meetings, and of course with your teachers and the coordinators, what do you have to say when you have to meet a director or the trustee, where you need to interact and suggest or clarify? What do you feel about the meeting with directors? You get to meet them?
Yes, they're very approachable, but definitely with prior appointment. And I have met Sukesh sir, I have met a couple of senior administrative people, and I think they're very approachable, extremely humble and down to earth, and they understand. And as I'm saying, the best quality of the school is to take the feedback positively and in a healthy way. So as I'm saying, everything cannot be that rosy and just 100% perfect, but we need to accept what we have and what best we can do in it. So with given thing what we have, and whatever suggestions I gave, whatever feedback I gave, I think it was positively taken. And certain things which I was not convinced, I was told with the facts and figures, wherein wherever there were disagreements, I was then post that I was convinced. So I think they are extremely approachable and humble people, and that is what flows.
And your recommendations to someone else
about the school, as I say, I would just tell them to experience and just have a belief that your child is in good hands and the best hands.
And what would be the conclusion today? What do you have to say as the concluding part of this interview?
I would just like to reiterate the basic principle that it is definitely education beyond excellence, and I'm still experiencing, and it's one of the best things which happened to me to have the school in this locality nearby. I'm extremely happy and satisfied with my child's development. I see him growing each day, and I'm extremely happy, and I become happier when I see him happy, and the same enthusiasm and excitement every day. Good people, from staff to other children, good habits, activity-based learning. So there's so much, but then as I was just signing off line, I just want everyone to just come and at least visit and feel the difference and just be realistic.
Abrekha, there is one thing that I wanted to tell. While we have spoken so much about the school, the best part would be that your child takes home a lot of morals and ethics and the various cultures that are taught to him or to her. So now, what do you have to say? It's a must that you must dwell on this subject, because this is something that I felt is very imperative to impart to a child.
Certainly, sir. Even sometimes when my child asks me that what should I become once I grow, so I always reply him that whatever you become, just become a good human before anything you become. So I think a school which essentially inculcates so good ethics, values, and morals, I'm sure no matter what he becomes, but he'll be definitely a good and a happy human, that I can ensure.
Right. Well said. And just because of this, the child will then become a better citizen of tomorrow.
Sure.
Which is what we are all here about. The school, the home, the parents, the teachers, and everyone else. We become mentors and guides.
Yes.
So before we really end this lovely interview, there's just one last thing that I want to ask you, is what would be your conclusion to this interview?
G.A. Shetty International School is certainly education beyond excellence, and my experience has been fantabulous for over the years, and I'm sure it's going to get better every day. Thank you, the whole school, the team, the staff, everyone is just incredible, and my heartfelt gratitude to such a wonderful organization, and I feel truly blessed for my son to be part of this esteemed educational institute.
Thank you, Abreka, for coming here and spending your valuable time and giving us your precious insights. And to you, my dear friends, it's she who said it all. She got all her views well encapsulated, and this is Raymond signing off, wishing you all the very best, and thank you for being with us on this little talk which we just had, and it's been very well said by Abreka. Abreka, if you ever get a chance to come back to your school, I'm sure it's going to be with a difference, soaring high in expectations and expecting something that you dreamed of, which is why we are here today, to give you paradise of sorts. Thank you.